Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are here for the women's final of the Dubai Sevens. We have seen some very good performances from these ladies. Australia taking on Fiji. It is a rematch of what we got to see last week, and in that game, Australia are able to get themselves a win. They've been looking strong, although they were pushed the most that they have been in their last game up against Russia. The Fijians, they have been consistent. Some would argue they were pushed as hard as they have been up against France in their last match as well. We do know that in the men's, the bronze medal has gone to, it was Argentina, able to get themselves a decent win over France in the end, which was a very close game up until the final moments, but Marcos Moneta able to get himself a hat-trick there. But do let me know, ladies and gentlemen, who do you think is going to be winning this game? Will the Australians be able to make it back-to-back, or will it be Fiji who will be able to pull off the upset, just like they were able to do at the Olympics in Tokyo? We have got the AU flags and also the Fijian flags from Sebastian. Hope you're doing well, mate, and hope you are excited for not just this game, but we have also got South Africa. They will be taking on, it will actually be Australia as well. They have got both the men's and the women's sides in the final, and it will be exciting to see who will be able to get the win. Can Australia make it 2 from 2? Perhaps we will have to wait and see, but that will be the Blitz box in charge of trying to change that a little bit in that regard. But looking through at the starting lineup for Australia, I believe this is the lineup that they are going with for this fixture. Shani Williams, Demi Hayes, Lily Dick, Charlotte Caslick. She has been absolutely crucial for the Australians throughout this round. And then also Madison Ashby, Faith Nathan, and then it will be Whakiosila, who will be starting in that number 6 jersey for the Australians. Then looking through now at the Fijians, it will be Nagasau, also Solokoviti, Donu, Naimasi, Nakoti, and then it is Kavuru, and then Aluna Sal, who has been very strong as well. We have got Cooper Media in the chat. As said, I welcome into the live stream, mate. Do let me know your score predictions for this matchup. Pretty much anyone who is wondering what we are going to be covering on this channel, you will see that we have got a scheduled live stream for the Lions. They will be taking on the Stormers. We will be watching that game for the second half. We will be providing the commentary, but we will be watching that one alongside these games that are taking place for the Dubai Sevens, including the men's final, which I did mention a little bit earlier on, that starts straight after this one. It's going to be an exciting couple hours of rugby, so hope you guys are all ready. Hope you're all refreshed and you're ready to go. We're going to have the Australian national anthem and also the Fijian national anthem here for this one. And Australia, they will certainly be hoping to get themselves back-to-back wins. And at the stage, South Africa, they are set up for maybe 4 wins in a row for competition if they are able to get the win in the males division as well. We have got Ellie in the chat. Has said, hey, welcome into the live stream. Hope you're doing well. And it is currently sitting almost 4 a.m. here in New Zealand. I'm wide awake, though, which is kind of strange with the fact that I should be sleeping, but I think I'm buzzing because of the fact we have got the finals here. We've got so much rugby going on. 70 cents on Australia and $1. My little cousin scores a try as well, says Jay Hayes. So I assume more than likely that is Demi Hayes. Is she actually your cousin, Jay, or is that just made up? But if she is actually your little cousin, that would be kind of cool that she is there in Dubai for this one. They mentioned that they've got 100,000 people in attendance for this match, which is absolutely awesome to have fans back at these Sevens. Charlotte Caslick there next to Shani Williams, 2 very experienced players. Dosso Viti Dosso as well, says Asaya. And do let me know your score predictions and who is going to be scoring the first try of this match. I'm going to say if it is a Fijian, I'm giving it to Nkothi. I said that she would score the first try in the last match, I believe, and she did just that. She scored 2 of them for Fiji in their tough game up against France where they were able to get the win, only coming right down to the wire in that fixture as well. Then for Australia, if someone's going to score it, I'm going to say Charlotte Caslick. She has been extremely strong throughout all of these matches, but we have got the Australian national anthem. Then we are going to have the Fijian, and then we are going to be ready to go. Fijiana taking on the Australians. Who knows, mate, as well. Says J.A. I guess it is never off the cards, I guess you could say. Maybe one day you'll be able to do one of those ancestry DNA tests and find out. But now we are seeing here, this is going to be an awesome game because Fiji, they always play with the passion. Australia, they also play with a very fast-paced, kind of elusive style. But the big thing for me here is we've seen both of these sides tested in their first kind of real challenges last game that they did play. So now we get to see how they fight back from that and whether or not there is a little bit of the situation of trying to be too fancy and trying to fix too much in a short period of time, or whether they just go back to how they play their game. But the Australians, they are looking fired up for this one. And it should be pretty awesome to see how they do go. They have won all of their games so far in this competition, and they've actually won all of their games in the first round as well, scoring many, many points. I believe in their first 2 games, they had scored 90-plus points, which is just absolutely insane in terms of that scoring rate. But the Fijians, they have also been playing very nicely. The points differential was actually in favor of France in that pool. But because they were able to get the win over France by 5 points, it did mean that now they have made it through to the final, as there is no semi-final process for the women's, as they have just got the 10 teams. But late January is when we are going to get to see everyone back in attendance, ready to go, and it will be in Malaga, Spain, that one will be taking place. We have got the Fijian national anthem. We are almost ready to go for this game. Ripi Aluna Sao, she will be important for them, because as soon as she touches the ball, also Nkothi, as soon as those two get the ball, I'm thinking that there is going to be at least one try for each of them in this game up against Australia, but they're going to have to make sure that they are clinical in this one, Fiji, because as soon as you get an opportunity up against Australia, you need to take it, or else they will be able to close the gap. We saw with Russia, they had a 10-point lead going into halftime up against the Australians, but the end of that game ended in about 15 points in favour of Australia, because they really just found their momentum and they kept on going. But you can see there, Rusia Nagasao, she is singing the national anthem with pride, and the Fijiana side, they are performing at a very high standard at the moment. They got themselves the bronze at the Tokyo Olympics. They were able to make it through to the final, got the silver last week, and now they are ready to go running out onto the field. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here for the final of the women's. We have got the men's coming up very, very shortly. That will be Australia taking on the Springboks Sevens side, who have got an absolutely insane unit of individuals that they have got the option of. But it is going to be Solokoviti, like I mentioned, who will be starting this one. And also that combination of her and also Donu, I'm quite excited to see how that one goes. But Charlotte Caslick, she will be very important for her side. She's already brought up 100 tries for Australia, and it will be none other than it will be Holly Davison who is in charge of this one. 84th match of the series, a Scottish referee, and she will be excited to be refereeing once again another final. I believe she was the referee last week as well, so she will know these players pretty well from how many times that we have seen them play. But luckily it is nighttime at the moment in Dubai. It doesn't mean that the heat is going away, though. It is certainly still going to be extremely hot. But now it will be Australia who will be receiving this ball off kickoff from the Fijiana side. Can they get themselves the gold medal here, Fiji? Would be absolutely awesome if they could. The men's side, they missed out on the quarterfinals, so this would be absolutely awesome for Fiji to be able to go all the way. But it is actually, Australia kicking off this one from left to right. And we are now underway, ladies and gentlemen, for the final of the Dubai Sevens, the second week in a row, and the last of 2022, taken nicely just outside of the 22 by Fiji. And now it's going to be Aluna Sao on the outside. Already looks like it's going to be a good attacking run here from, it was Kavuru. I always struggle with her name. But it's been stolen straight away on the breakdown by the Australian. Shani Williams fires it back across field. Now looking for that gap there. Faith Nathan dragged down nicely, and it is still going to be available here for them. Going to be passing it back across field. In Australia, they looked like they had a couple set plays up their sleeve in their game up against Russia. Now Shani Williams, wide cutout pass to Charlotte Caslick, was going down the wing. Good step on the inside, breaking a couple tackles, but dragged down and almost on the ball there. It would have been Nkothi, but now down the wing it is Lily Dick. Trying to step nicely back on the inside. Loose ball. And Shani Williams able to clean up, still in the possession of the Australian side. Wide cutout pass there. Beautifully done in the end by, it was Bakiosela. And now Demi Hayes, couple steps. She's going on the outside. Dragged down though 10 metres out from the line. And it's still going to be available. They have been told to use it. And once again, going to be going back out. This back line is looking sharp from the Australian so far. Shani Williams decides to sell the dummy, goes herself now. Caslick steps nicely on the inside. Breaking through, offload there to Shani Williams. It's gone forward though. Only 5 metres out. Dosa 50 Dosa as well. And the chat says Manani there. And also who knows mate as well. And Parash. They said thanks, Kiwi lad. USA lad here as well, says Parash. So welcome into the live stream, mate. It is great to have you here. Who do you think will be winning this match? Do let me know. And also we have got there Hamish. I'll be back for the men's final and the IC game. Just have to nip out for a bit. I'll be sure to like and subscribe people as well, says Sebastian. So we will see you a little bit later on, mate. But yeah, hopefully that match between South Africa and Australia is going to be a very close one. We want to see a final go right down to the wire. I'm thinking of a game between Great Britain and Ireland that did take place a little bit earlier on, and they went to 6 minutes of overtime before Great Britain were able to get the win in that fixture. Could we be seeing overtime in one of these finals? But now once again, out the back line, nicely done here for the Fijiana side. Aluna Sao steps nicely on the inside, back in her pace. Oh, the ball's been stripped though, and she hasn't quite been able to hang on to it. It is lucky though, because if she had gone straight through there, maybe they would have been able to get themselves their first try of the match there for Fiji. But the game between the Stormers and also the Lions, it is going to be kicking off pretty much now. So pretty much what we are going to be doing is straight after our next live stream for the men's, we are going to be transferring over to our URC live stream. We will be talking all things about the game, and we will be doing the second half of that match as well. So if you are new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, as we are going to be covering every bit of action for the URC and the Sevens, and including the final. But Kaslik now fires it back. Going to be available nicely. Good flat ball there. And straight through the middle. She's back in her pace, and she is going all the way. Vakiosila has been able to maybe score. They're going upstairs here. See whether or not she did get it over the line. It was nicely done there. Alessia Lafau, Vakiosila was the one who was able to possibly score this try for the Australians. It will be a nice, easy kick as well if they do end up scoring it. But was she able to reach out? Did she get it down? It's a great extension of the arm. Oh, she's short. She's short and she's lost the ball. Or did she maintain control, though? The ball is on the line, but it's whether or not she did lose control of it in the kind of momentum. I feel like she possibly did just a little bit. She slammed the ball down hard, and then she did end up kind of fumbling it just a little bit. There's 4 premiership games that have all kicked off as well right now. So there is plenty of rugby. No try for the Australians, and now 5 minutes out, it is going to be Fiji who will have the scrum feed. Going to be important for them to make sure that they can exit their own 22 efficiently. You don't really want to kick the ball back to the Australians, but you also don't want to be stuck in front of your own line. Like, it's just one of those ones that if you do get trapped, more than likely Australia will get the intercept, and they are going to be winning that one every day of the week. So Demi Hayes, Lily Dick, and also Shani Williams will be in the front row for the Australians here, and they will be trying to win this one against the scrum feed. They have got the capabilities of being able to do so, that is for sure. And now pushed in their way forward, nicely done for the Australians. Kavuru beats the ball and are now flicking it out the back. Nicely done here for Fiji. Oh, it's a little bit loose though. The ball's bouncing up a metre short of the line. Wrestled hard by, it was Vakiosila. And they have been holding that one up, and it has become now open play. Australia a couple metres out. Still on the side of Fiji though. Very, very close. Australia just in the breakdowns every single time, trying to strip it away. Now looking for the offload. She has found it, and now Aluna Sal down the wing. Brilliant tackle there low from Charlotte Kaslik, and now Australia going to have the opportunity only a few metres out from the line. Taking it quickly as well. Kaslik, this is going to catch the Fijiana side on the back foot. Ashby back in her pace sideways. One more, and Faith Nathan scores the opening try of the match there, and it does go the way of the Australians. They have been able to get it nicely, and it does mean that Faith Nathan has been able to get the first try of the match. It's a relatively easy kick, but I will not award it yet, just because you never know what's going to happen in these games. We did see 2 easy kicks missed by Ireland. It was a beautiful wide cutout pass from Ashby straight into the hands of Faith Nathan, and she puts it down for the Australians to take the lead. Fiji just couldn't quite get out of their own 22, I should say, almost ending up throwing the interception pass a little bit earlier on, but Australia, they were ruthless in the breakdown, just kept on attacking. And because of it now, she has missed that one in the end, Shani Williams, so the score will remain at 5-0 for Australia in this match up against Fiji. So we will have to wait and see whether or not there is one more for them in this first half, perhaps. It was nicely done by Faith Nathan. She's got quite a few in this competition so far. 2 minutes 20 left. Shani Williams kicks it back off for this one as well. Really taken nicely there by the Fijians. All a little bit low with the pass. It's looking like a rough backline, but now it's starting to straighten here. And it will be Donu. Does try and get through the defensive line of the Australians. It's very tough to do, though. They don't really leave too many gaps, and when they do, they are normally full pretty quick, although now looking for the offload game of Fiji. Alunasal tries to find it, but now is just hanging on to the ball, kind of sidestepping, trying to find her way through, but Ashby wrestles her down to the ground. Kaslik trying to get in there for the breakdown still on the side of Fiji. They have still got this one. Got a number on the outside. Nagasao now, beautiful inside ball. It's a good low tackle on Nkothi. Now, it's going to be a huge hit on the Fiji player, and she is actually knocked unconscious at the moment by the looks of it, and that is not looking too good. She is still down at Shani Williams. She drops the ball forward, but they are going to be going back, and they are going to be checking on her as well. And we haven't got that. You can tell Sevens is more of an Oceania sport. If the YouTube live stream has dropped from 9.5 to 6.6K as well, says Guy Broom. And also can't believe West Ham beat Chelsea 3-2 as well, says Guy Broom. So I guess it does just depend on whereabouts they are in the world watching that one, and how do guys, how do I watch it as well? William, what country are you in, mate? Do let me know what app as well. So pretty much if you are in a country that doesn't involve New Zealand, and I think there are a couple others, but it is on the World Rugby YouTube channel, and you will be able to watch that game completely for free as long as you're in the right country. But can't believe West Ham beat Chelsea 3-2. That one didn't register until I read it now. That is a massive win for West Ham to be able to get the win over Chelsea. And now once again, it is going to be a good drive forward from the Fijians. Oh, great tackle though from it was Ashby on her opposite number. Still available here for the Fijians. Nakothi passes it back across field. Nagasao now trying to back herself. Another offload. They are keeping it alive. Nakothi now up the middle of the field. Kaslik not able. Oh, she's just got her foot. And she has been able to stop her from running forward. Now, once again, it's a loose ball there for the Fijians. Trying to offload it back. Kaslik trying to get it in as well. And it is still going to be available for the Fijians. Although they're starting to try and give it back to the Australians. They're just all over them. And they're still going forward. It was almost, in the end, the referee getting in charge. And Mendy had a shocker. Led in 2 goals, especially the winner as well, says Guy Broom there. But yeah, that is definitely like they were sitting top of the table, weren't they? And they did have their, was it a draw with Man United last week? And then now they have had a loss as well. So not the best vein of form here for Chelsea, but I'm sure they will be back. Lily Dick now has got this one here for the Australians, still continuing this frantic pace. We're at halftime at the moment. Yeah, it's going to be stolen. No, it's not. It is the penalty against the Fijians. So can Australia get themselves one more try before we get to halftime, or do they just kick this ball out? Charlotte Kaslik takes the quick tap. That answers that question. They are going to be continuing to attack now. Faith Nathan wide cut out pass. Ashby looks for the corner, pins the ears back, and that's going to be another try for the Australians, trying to make it a nice easy kick as well, but it has gone over the try line, and that is going to be 10 points now to Australia, 0 to Fiji. They are looking quick. They are looking crisp with their attack, and Madison Ashby has now scored her first try of the final. She did help set up the last one. So, was it Faith Nathan? Yes, it was. So, in the end, Faith Nathan passes it out to Ashby, returning the favour for the last match when it was actually Ashby firing the ball to Faith Nathan. And then she was able to score it nicely there, Ashby. And that now means that Australia have got themselves a 10-point lead over the Fijiana side. So, 2 tries already in that first half. Shani Williams, she's missed that one once again. So, halftime is upon us, and it is 10 points to Australia, 0 to Fiji, but there is still a very good chance that Fiji, if they can score early in the second half, they still have a chance to be able to win this match. Anyone who was wondering about the Stormers-Lions game, at this stage it is sitting 0-0 after 5 minutes, but the Stormers are on attack with a little grubber in behind. Oh, Gallant almost was going to be able to score that one, but it's going back. And it is going to be a little knock on as well. But we are sitting 1 versus 2. This was the final last week, and we are getting to see it once again. We have got there in the chat, basically the West Ham left back was in a position to cross, but Mendy left the near side open, and the guy shot it, and it went in. So weird as well, says Guy Broom. But yeah, it's one of those ones you don't really expect, like, not great defense from Chelsea. Definitely when they are sitting top of the table. Are they still sitting top of the table, or has I believe it's either Man City or Liverpool, if they've been able to overtake them? Do let me know. Kai Howard is sitting now after that game. Because I think Liverpool, are they playing the Wolves later on tonight, or have they already played? But they're showing there the South Africans and the Australians both getting prepared for their match that is coming up very soon. We are covering the commentary on this channel as well, so be sure to hit that subscribe button if you are new. It is hugely appreciated, and we have got plenty more action coming as well for not just the Sevens, not just for Union, but also we've got the BBL, the cricket, coming up tomorrow. Melbourne Stars versus Sydney Sixers should be an absolutely awesome game, and hopefully it will be a very close one as well. But now the Fijians, they are ready to go for the second half of this match. 7 minutes to make up the 10 points to try and get themselves into the position to win this gold medal. And you have to say they work hard for it, but the Australians at the moment, they are still looking very fresh for these ones. They've had recently some relatively warm weather in Australia, I guess you could say. So maybe that is helping them with the conditions a little bit. But Fijiana, they will not be really unaccustomed to really having to dig in deep for these matches. We have got the Liverpool and Man City play later. I think any points for Liverpool puts them in first, and a City win overtakes Chelsea as well, says Kai Broom. So yeah, it's all very close at the moment at the top of the table for the Premier League by the sound of it. But now it's going to be kicked off once again here, and it will be Kavuru who will be kicking this one off for the Fijians. Can they get this ball back straight away? Oh, it's an ankle trip. Oh, Shani Williams might have broken her ankle, but now Nakothi firing it back. Nagasao just with a big old fend off. Demi Hayes trying to shut it down. Alunasau, step on the inside. She gets there, and that's the try to Fiji. Shani Williams, is she all right? Because she looked like she had a big bit of contact. Liverpool, 9 minutes, and currently 6:30 a.m. New Zealand start time, or time start as well. Oh, okay, so City start at 6:30, and then Liverpool 9 minutes into their game up against, they are playing the Wolves, aren't they? But that is a brilliant try for Fiji there to be able to fire straight back, and now they're going to be sitting on 5 points compared to the 10 of the Australians. But it was Aluna Sal. She's a phenomenal player and very big talent for the future for the Fijian Seven side. She looks at the line, she goes over, and Ashby just not able to slow her down, uses her momentum, and that is going to be the try for Fiji. Are they going to be able to get this conversion, though? This is a huge one. It's going to be Aluna Sao doesn't strike it nicely, and it is going to be just away out to the right-hand side. This is going to be a very close game by the looks of it. It's kicked off once again there by the Fijians. All Lily Dick taken in the air, and that's going to be the penalty in favour of the Australians. Not quite from the mark, so they are going to be going back. And it seems like the big question is how long will it be until these two sides start making a lot of subs? Because they are playing at a frantic pace. Fiji, they will be trying to keep up with the Australian tempo that just keeps on going and going and going. Keslick is one of the reasons for that. She's always at first receiver and always trying to push that pace to wear down the opposition. Now on the outside, Ashby, it's going to be dropped though by Australia. And now it will be the scrum feed in favour of the Fijians. Are now only 5 minutes left in this game. 5 points difference between these two sides as well. Unfortunately for Elisa, it was Lefau Whakiosila just not quite able to hang on to that ball when she was passed by Ashby. It didn't quite find the hands nicely though. She was almost going to be lined up, and at the end by Kavuru was right there. Now she's going to be feeding the ball in to the scrum. This is going to be an important moment for Fiji here. If they score a try now, they might be able to get themselves the win in this game, but we will have to wait and see. It's going to be now both front rows going up, and it is going to be the scrum reset by the looks of it. A little bit of pressure for both of these front rows. Shani Williams is actually asking the referee about something here. She's saying that maybe she's not going from the mark, but it's going to be highly contested, this scrum, that is for sure. Both sides just having an absolute push and fest here. Kavaru going to be putting in this ball. She's trying to fend back Charlotte Keslick, who is just sitting there. It's going to be hooked nicely. And the Fijians have got this ball back. They've got the numbers on the outside if they decide to use them. A nice step on the inside. Loose ball. Shani Williams gets it. Oh, it's a penalty, though. It's a yellow card as well. And it gets worse for the number 6 here. Whakiosila. Unfortunately, now Australia down to only the 6 women on the field. And now Fiji have got the numbers advantage on the outside. Aluna Sal with a good step. Nicely done. And they are still going to be driving 40 of Fiji. Round the outside. Got a bit of space here. Aluna Sal once again with the ball in hand. She's been busy throughout this half looking for the offload. She does find it as well. Now Pearson up the middle. Lily Dick trying to make the tackle. Oh, flicked out the back, and it is going to be Shani Williams now who gets the ball. Kaslick with the step as well, just inside of the 22 drag down. They need to make the most of this woman advantage here. It's a penalty to Australia, though, for grabbing her and pulling her over the ruck. We haven't got there. Kaslick could play a 7 space, or could play a 7 space for the full 80. She has a massive tank. She does indeed. She just keeps on going, Charlotte Kaslick, and that is why she's such an important player in this Australian side. Like a minute 20 left in the second half, and there are a couple subs being made now. Fiji, they're still looking relatively fresh, and they're going to have to be, but it was Naimasi tried to find the offload, and it was actually slapped down originally for that yellow card is what it ended up being, and unfortunately for her, Lefau Whakiosila just ending up going to the bin. Smack that like button and also subscribe. It's free. As well, says J.A.'s you earned the man. If you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We are going to be back for the men's 7s in a very short moment. Charlotte Kaslick now. Wide cutout pass. Nicely done on the outside. Out to, I believe it's Demi Hayes. Trying to drive her way forward. Australia at this stage only 30 metres out from their own line. Charlotte Kaslick once again stepping nicely past. It's a 3-on-1 here. Demi Hayes on the outside. No, it's going to be taken by Lily Dick. Good cut on the inside, just using the power advantage that Lily Dick has. And she's going to be able to go all the way, or can she? No, she tries to get up and go again. She's a metre short. Kaslick this time passes it on the outside. And it is going to be the try for Ashby. She gets her second of the match, and Australia now going to take the lead by just a little bit more in this fixture. But tell you what, that was a run and a half. The Australians, you wouldn't think they had a lady disadvantage out on the field, because they seem to have numbers everywhere out there. But it was a great run from Lily Dick. She is a very phenomenal runner with the ball in hand and just keeps on going. She got ankle tapped. She couldn't quite stop herself from falling down. And Lily Dick as well in the chat says, J.A.'s not this again. But now only half a metre short. She gets up. She tries to go again. She gets pushed back on her face by Kaslick, because she was like, you know what, we're going to recycle this ball nicely. And then it is going to be available. But that is a brilliant try for the Australians. And that will hurt Fiji. Shani Williams strikes it nice, but not nice enough. So now at this stage, it will be once again back to the 7th woman on the field for Lefau Whakiosila, making her way back out onto the field. But maybe they have replaced her, and it looks like they have here. Going to be kicked off high. Chased out by Demi Hayes, not able to take it, and nicely taken there by the Fijians, trying to keep this ball alive once again here. And they do need a try, and they need it soon if they want any chance of being able to win this match. And tell you what, it's looking not too bad for them at the moment. Going to be now. In the end, it was, I always forget these names, Kavuru, who was getting the run forward, but the Fijian side, they have got numbers on the left-hand side. Nagasao with a good pass out to Alunasao now. Trying to link up. Beautiful inside ball. Going forward here for Fiji. Once again, finding the offload. Nagasao, the captain, just not quite able to find the offload. Ball is bounced out the back here for Fiji. Once again, going to be just outside of the 22. If they want to win this match, they need a try, and they need it right now. Going to be the step on the inside. And it looks like she is just going to be held up nicely here by the Australians. The ball goes down. 45 seconds left in this one now. Alunasao around the side. Wrestled down. Oh, almost lands on her head. She gets up and goes again. And in the end, it was actually a Medirini. It's a penalty against Australia, though, for not releasing. And also, we have got the Crazy NZ on the chat. Welcome into the live stream, mate. 30 seconds left here. The difference between these two sides is still sitting at 10, but if Fiji can somehow get this ball back, there's still some form of little tiny bit of hope for them. But by the looks of it, it is going to be Australia who will be able to go back to back. It looks like we've only got the 20 seconds left in the end. Charlotte Caslick, who else but the Australian who was able to get that one straight on the ball. She reminds me very much of Soya Zwapi, the captain of South Africa. He's playing in only a very short amount of time as well. And he just always gets in that breakdown, always ripping the ball away for his side. It's just an absolutely phenomenal talent. And that is exactly what Australia have got. And Charlotte Caslick as well. 15 seconds left now, and it will be the scrum feed for the Australians. Only about 10 meters out from their line, but the clock is back on. All they need to do now is win the scrum, kick the ball out, and they will be able to get into that position. You can see the emotion on the face of some of the bench there. I believe it is Madison Levi there that they were showing, who has got tears in her eyes. It's a massive push there. Caslick fires it back, kicking it dead, and Australia are going to be able to win this one. 15 points to 5, and they have gone back to back in Dubai, and you can see the emotion flowing for them at the moment. Shani Williams getting a big hug from the coach. They are all excited, and they have been able to get the win there. Fiji, once again, a very noble effort from the Fijiana women's side to make it through to 2 finals in a row up against this Australian side, who have been the favourites from the start, is very impressive, and they did it all from just that passion that they do show, and also the skill that Fiji have got coming up in the ranks. And hopefully we do get to see it a little bit more when we head to Malaga, Spain. But that is the end of this game. Hope you guys did enjoy this one. We have got another live stream coming in a very short moment. That is South Africa, and they are going to be taking on, it's going to be a tough game, but they're taking on the Aussies. The Aussies now, do they take this momentum that the women have created and try and turn it into their own and make it 2 from 2 for the Australians, or will the Blitzbox be too strong and continue their winning streak to make it about 24 in a row? That is a massive question. And then straight after that, we're going into rugby union, ladies and gentlemen. It will be the Stormers versus the Lions. And that is going to be the game that we cover for the second half of that match, which at the moment, for anyone who is curious, that game is sitting at, I'm just going to quickly get the score up for you guys so that you know exactly how it is sitting. It is currently sitting, once it loads, is it going to load? It's currently a black screen, which is not good. That is not ideal at all for us here in New Zealand when we do want to watch the game by the looks of it. But yeah, nonetheless, we will get the score up for you guys in a very short moment once we do get a little bit further into the match. But nonetheless, thank you all very much for tuning in. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to check out our next live stream that is going to be starting up in just a little while. But thank you all very much for tuning in, and I will see you all for the next